Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my continuation of my Formula 1 2017 career mode. We've just obviously finished the Australian Grand Prix weekend in the first two videos that I uploaded. So going forward, I'm going to be trying my best to edit the videos a little bit better. I'm probably not going to cover all of my free practice shenanigans and practice program stuff. I'm probably going to only include highlights going forward of, you know, bits that I think are interesting. I'm going to focus mainly on the qualifying and obviously the races, because that's where, you know, the serious racing goes on, and the competitive racing, which is obviously, I assume, much more interesting for people to view and watch. So we're just going to move on.
And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive.
Hello, Jonathan.
Cars.
Well, not quite my cars, per se. It's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral Gs, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. And that's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. I'll see you at the track.
That's Jonathan. That's the rich business guy who periodically throughout the season will invite you to race classic cars in classic events for him, which have no bearing on the championship standings. They're just a distraction. And here's Chris.
Good to see you again. The factory sent over the parts that were looking good on the rig. They're being fitted as we speak. Have a look at the report.
I don't have any new parts developed yet, do I? Oh, the durability upgrade. That's great. That's a great benefit as we head towards China, because the Australian weekend did a huge number on my engine and gearbox. In fact, it kicked my arse severely. Are we looking at? I don't know why I'm looking at this. It's not important. The rivalry. Obviously, I'm winning my rivalry against Ocon, which is good. So let's go to China.
Morning, and I hope you're as excited as we are for today's practice session here at the Shanghai International Circuit. This 5.45 kilometre track provides both low-speed cornering and a long high-speed straight, a combination that will challenge even the most experienced driver. Now then, Anthony Davidson, we've had some really strategic races over the past couple of years, thanks to the current three-tyre compound system, and of course the groundwork for all those strategies comes from the free practice sessions like this one. So what do you think of the current tyre regulations?
Well, they've created some, I wouldn't say exciting necessarily, but certainly interesting races. There have been a lot more questions around, like how long can someone stay out on this set, or will they have the pace to catch another car if they suddenly bolted on a set of ultra softs, things like that. When everything comes together, we end up with multiple cars nose to tail on different tyres, all fighting for track position. So on the whole, it's definitely been a positive step, I feel, for the sport.
It has indeed, and I like using the tyre regulations fully. Gives you a lot more options. Like I like having the option of taking the harder compound
for the upcoming qualifying
into the race by strapping it on in Q2. So I've got to qualify 8 for higher, and I've obviously got to beat Esteban, which shouldn't be too difficult, because obviously Esteban has some issues in real life at the minute in Force India with his teammate. Okay, so the gearbox is at 55% wear. We're already using some of our second engine elements because of the wear and tear. Basically, obviously, during the free practice periods, my engine got its arse kicked severely. So now as I'm moving into qualifying here, I am having to take my second engine of the season, which isn't good because this is only the second race. And like I mentioned in my previous 2 videos, there is a bug in the game at the minute if you're running 25% race distances, which I am, where your engine wear is greatly accelerated in free practice and qualifying.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China. Looking at this field today, Ant, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance, maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
I will.
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it.
I am.
I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying
I'm going to
lap,
be
without a
strapping
doubt.
on the the soft tyres for Q2.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
And save my engine and my gearbox, which is my biggest concern in this practice qualifying period, because until I can get to the options to be able to change the race distances, we are seriously in trouble with engine wear and gearbox wear because of the bug in the game. I'm literally fearing that I'm going to have to take a new engine and gearbox every race. So anyway, let's leap into our first qualifying lap in Q1. And yes, I realise I've already made a mistake by taking the soft tyres a session too early, because I'm going to end up putting 6 laps of wear on them, which is not good when I have to start the race on those tyres. I should have done the super softs for this session, strapped the softs on for Q2 and then gone back to the mandatory super softs for Q3.
You've lost access to one of the gears. We've lost one of the gears due to a fault.
And here goes the gearbox failure. Lost 6 gear. Great. Wear I'm doing to the engine now because of the excess revving. That's going to be magnified even more. Why don't they fix the gearbox between races? Or between practice and qualifying would have been nice. What are you paying the mechanics for if they're not fixing the car? Miles an hour. I could break 200 miles an hour and ridge mix down that straight. That's the power of the Mercedes engine right there. This will be a quick lap.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
Right, so let's drop it down to lean or standard. Standard is probably better. Standard mix fuel, because actually it turns out that lean mix can damage some parts of your engine if you're running in lean engine mode. So I try to avoid running in lean if I can, which is one of the reasons why in races I'm going to be taking extra fuel on board, so I never have to go into the lean mix. I'm going to box.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
And try and test my ability to do the manual pit stopping, making sure I manually activate the pit limiter. picked the worst track to lose 6th gear on, could I really? China with all its high speedness. Tell you what, I never nearly cracked 100 miles an hour then with standard fuel mix. Okay, I'm overcooking it into the pits. I'm going to crash. Right, best reverse. Lewis Hamilton there, overcooked it. Right, so I'm not going to do any more laps in Q1. I've set a good enough time, so I'm going to give the mechanics a chance to fix the car and go to Q2. Or at least fix the gearbox if they can, do some kind of reset on it, if they can, either electronic or hydraulic or whatever it is they do or need to do, because I can't afford to have gears missing. Right, Q2 then, let's go. Let's get ready to start our flying lap. Just a minute, I'm a little bit annoyed with the team again, sending me out into traffic. Bloody Kvyat in front of me.
A mechanical issue means you've lost one of the gears. Say again, you have lost access to one of the gears.
I haven't even started in a lap and I've lost a gear. What are you doing, mechanics? Can't you fix the car? Oh, does that mean I'm going to go into Q3 with dodgy gearbox as well? That's missing 6th gear. Why can't it lose like 1st gear or 2nd gear? So I don't really need all that much. I could sort of manage without. Just hit 200 miles an hour. 204. Woohoo! That's got to be one of the fastest times through the speed trap. Surely only Mercedes and possibly Williams will be able to go faster than me through there. Maybe Force India as well. Oh, I am Force India, aren't I? What am I saying? Again, drop down to standard mix. The in-lap. The only reason I'm doing the in-lap is because I want to try and get to grips with this manual pit system. Let's see. I'm not fully sold on the manual pit system because I'm not too convinced it works the way it should do. As far as the speed limits. When you're supposed to be doing the pit speed limit. On this track it seems to kick in far too early and penalises you before you actually reach the pit lane. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
So here we go. I come into the pit. I'm going way too fast. I don't brake and I slam into the wall and lose my wing.
You've knocked the front wing. The damage only
And
looks
then a Toro
minor,
Rosso
but you'll need to
crashes
take it
into me
easy
as
to
well.
avoid making the problem worse.
Apparently at this point we're supposed to be doing 50 miles an hour. But I haven't actually reached the pit line yet. So why am I having to do 50 miles an hour here? The pit limit is there. So apparently you can get penalised for speeding before the pit lane limit. That doesn't seem right to me. I'm not convinced that works properly. So I may be turning the automatic pit system back on, because I'm not convinced by that manual system. I think the speed limit comes into effect in the wrong place. And with my Logitech wheel, it's very difficult to be able to sort of fluctuate your speed anyway, because there isn't enough resolution in the pedals to be able to sort of
set us back a little.
You know, feather the throttle, so to speak. It's either all on or off. If I had a better steering wheel set and pedal set, then it's possible that you could balance your speed a little easier by, you know, riding the throttle a little bit to keep the car at a certain speed. But with the pedals I've got, it's literally full throttle or no throttle. It's a stop and go button, basically. Anyway, Q3, super soft tyres are strapped on. We're going to go and try and put the car on pole again, I suppose. We seem to have the pace again this weekend to do it, providing my gearbox plays ball. At the minute, 6th gear is working again, so they have managed to fix. The mechanics have managed to do something between Q2 and Q3. Oh, it is working again. Tell you what, it's going to be a gamble, isn't it? Do I take this gearbox into the race, knowing full well I could lose gears mid-race? Or do I just bite the bullet and say, I've got to take the 5-place penalty and change the gearbox? But that's going to be a vicious cycle to get into, because you're going to be doing that every race. It's going to make it so much harder.
We've lost one of the gears. The transmission is significantly damaged. We're down a gear.
Thankfully, it's conked out on me at the end of the lap this time. So it's not going to really affect me, is it? In fact, it's not 6th gear that's conked out on me this time. I don't know which gear it was then that's gone broken. Different gear this time. It might be 2nd gear. that's disappeared because it wouldn't downshift from third then. Yeah, it's second gear that's gone la-di-da. That's not so much of a problem. I can live without second gear. I just can't live without the higher gears on this track. Oh! Damn it, it crashed into Bottas. Am I going to pick up a penalty for that? For colliding with him? Because that'll give me a grid drop.
There's a lot of
If I
damage
get
to
a
the
grid
front
drop
wing.
for
We're seeing a
crashing into
significant
Bottas,
loss
then I
in
definitely ain't
downforce.
changing the gearbox, otherwise I'm taking a 10th place penalty, won't I? Doesn't look like the stewards are going to take any
Confirmed.
action.
We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Normally you'd have had the message flash up by now. Might have got away with that. Right, so let's have one more go at this. Right, pit limiter's on. It's engaged. And speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, I don't think that's working properly. So I'm going to be, at the earliest convenience, turning the pit system back on. The speed system, I'm still probably going to keep the manual, the clutch release system for exiting the pits. The manual clutching and everything. I'm still going to do that. But the speed limit I'm going to set back to auto.
We've had to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
Not bothered. Fix the gearbox. Please. I'm quite a bit faster than Esteban. Which is good. I like that. Okay, let's listen to the old voicemail then.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So finish 5th or higher, beat Esteban, and make sure the team is in 9th or championship target 9th or higher. Okay. Hey, the engine gearbox is at 61% wear now. Do I gamble? I'm going to gamble. 60. There's still 40% play in it.
Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long, though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, there's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you got turn 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. It's Force India in pole position then, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Massa, Stroll, Ricciardo, Verstappen and Roman Grosjean. Hülkenberg, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Sainz, Palmer, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, and Stoffel van Dorn, Wehrlein, and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid.
That grid looks a lot better.
Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the
The only person you
track.
could possibly say slightly outplaced is Max Verstappen being down in
You've done well
ninth.
to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Try to cover the inside line off the start.
Try to cover the inside line off the start. That's a great bit of advice there, engineer. It's just a shame I didn't actually hear that at the time I recorded this footage. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Sitting here now doing this commentary, that is a great bit of advice, and one I really wish I'd heard at the time and taken on board. Instead, I was too busy faffing around with my tyre strategy and fuel to pay attention. Because covering the inside line would have saved me a lot of headaches, as you're about to witness. I'm certainly also going to try and do a better job of the formation lap this time as well. I'm not going to let Lewis Hamilton overtake me this time like he did in Australia. Still can't believe he didn't get penalised for overtaking me on the formation lap. I'm going to pit one lap earlier onto the super softs. Here we go then, formation lap.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
Will do, or I'll try to do as best as I can. I'm still not 100% sure how I warm up the tyres, because weaving about doesn't seem to do it. Warming up the brakes is fairly easy, you just press the brake pedal, but warming up the tyres is... Look, temperatures aren't going up and I'm wiggling, and weaving, but they don't warm. Perhaps I need to drive faster to get heat into the actual rolling friction they get from spinning so fast across the track. As I go faster, maybe that's what generates the heat in the tyres, and then obviously slowing down from that speed is what puts the heat in the brakes. So my front tyres are certainly less than 80 degrees, but they are green, which I am assuming means good. Two lots of braking there just to make sure I've got the temperature in the brakes. Got them to 900 degrees or whatever. And then it's going to automatically take over again now and reform the grid. Hooray! First victory! I didn't get overtaken on the formation lap this time. Right. Let's have a look. Where is everybody? Everybody's forming up. So it's Raikkonen in P2 this weekend.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the
So
lights.
it's Raikkonen I've got to watch out for. Then. So yeah, perhaps covering the inside line would have been a good strategy. I feel I made a good start. I feel I made a very good start, but so did Kimi. Oh, and I didn't cover the inside, and I got bumped off. Oh, so I'm losing a lot of places here. Almost collided with Ocon. Almost did a Perez.
Not the start we were looking for, but it's not over yet. Stay focused.
That was a terrible start. I've lost 10 places. I'm going to get a few of them back. Oh, lost a bit of front wing. Massa.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
And of course, right now I'm kind of raging in the car. I'm raging at myself for having let Raikkonen bump me off at the first corner. And now I'm like frantically trying to get the places back instead of just settling myself down, getting into my rhythm, just concentrating on my lap times. I'm fighting. I'm trying to win the race on the first lap, and you can't do that. And it's made even more difficult.
You've lost access to one of the gears. We've lost one of the gears due to a fault.
And now the gearbox is playing up as well, so I've lost part of the wing and a gear. Great. Make a few places here. Got squeeze Stroll. Squeeze him. Squeeze him. He's a rookie, he doesn't know what to do. That's alright. Kimi Raikkonen set the fastest lap, only because he pushed me off the track at the first corner.
We're looking at some gearbox wear. Try to keep your number of shifts to a
How am
minimum.
I supposed to keep the shifts to a minimum? Ouch! I wish cars would stop banging into me.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Who's going to offer me a different strategy? And I'm too busy
Copy that.
reading that and fiddling with the MFD that I make a mistake and go off track. And I actually made a mistake there as well because I accepted their change of strategy, which is actually going to put me on the medium compound tyre, when perhaps I should have stayed on my strategy and gone for the super soft. Because right now the car's not performing too badly. There's a little bit of downforce loss because of the front wing, but it's manageable. I could still get to lap 6 or whatever and then just put a new wing on if I need it and go on to the quicker tyre. Pitting for the mediums, I'm not sure is the best option. Because I was going to one stop anyway. And I'd rather I should have one stopped on the super soft than one stopped onto the mediums. Looks like it's Lewis in front of me. Oh no! That's it, that's me front wing
The
completely
front
wrecked
wing is
now.
badly damaged. You've lost a lot of downforce on the car. Pit and we'll fit you a new front wing.
Oh, it's a good job I did agree to change my strategy then, because now I have got to pit. Lewis slowed down excessively for that corner. Broke way much more than he needed to. Oh, there goes the wing completely. I've had another bite at him in this race. Lewis is determined to screw me over.
Your lap times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box.
Box, definitely. Really want to now, got no front wing. Getting around this corner might be a bit challenging then. As will this.
Right, some information on Ricardo. They seem to have an issue.
Oh, speeding. 5-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Could my day get any worse? Okay, well they're not actually applying the penalty at this pit stop then.
Release,
Because they
release.
didn't wait 5 seconds before. Okay, so I'm going to get 5 seconds added on at the end of the race then. I didn't realise that.
To speed
I
now.
thought I'd
Let's
served
get
the
some heat
penalty
into those tyres.
at that point, which makes future events even more frustrating then. So I'm pretty much back to being last now in the race because of that pit stop. So I'm going to have to go some at this point to reach my objective. Was it finish 5th or higher? Not sure that's a possibility. We'll have a look. Need a lot of retirements to help me.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
Okay, that's good then, because that means I can actually use the rich mix if I need it. So when I do catch the cars in front of me, I've got the engine mode available. Do I have the gearbox? That's probably a more crucial thing. How many more gears am I going to lose during this race? Looks like I've lost one of the low gears again, probably second.
Grosjean is in the pit lane. Grosjean is in the pit lane.
We've overtaken Grosjean. And I can't get the hang of that first corner on these medium, not so grippy tyres. And the fact that I'm still raging inside the cockpit about that first lap incident with Raikkonen and then the impact with Hamilton that's basically put me completely on the back foot now for the rest of this race. But amazingly, no penalties have been handed out to anyone. I think the stewards must be on holiday this weekend.
Our gap to the car in front is 5.4 seconds.
5.4 seconds, wow. That's a lot of time to make up. I'm seeing cars now, seeing Ericsson.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
I'm putting in my own hammer time to try and catch these. I've just got to make sure when I do catch them I can pass them without.
Full course caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the delta.
Ocon's out
We
of
need
the
to keep
race.
it positive to
And
avoid
he's
a
triggered
penalty.
a safety car.
Slow down. Maintain positive delta.
I did not need a safety car. Basically nullifying the race at this point. I need to be overtaking cars. Everything's going against me.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I don't see how I can be going too fast, seeing as I've got to catch the safety car queue. So I need to catch these cars in front of me and form up behind them.
Esteban's dropped out of the race.
Probably a good time to mention as well that I recorded all this footage using Shadowplay. My Australia videos were done using OBS, so I'm recording this with Shadowplay, and I've actually got a bit of an issue because of how I've got my Shadowplay settings set up. I've actually got the recording indicator and the microphone indicator on screen covering the lap counter, so I don't actually know what lap I'm on as I'm racing around this track. I don't know what lap I'm on or how many laps are to go in the race. I'm driving completely blind because of the Shadowplay settings, which I'm definitely going to have to change as well before I record my next race, because I'm starting to get a bit panicked in the race because the safety car's still out and I don't actually know how many laps are left or what lap I'm on, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, the safety car's going to stay out for the whole race and I'm going to end up missing my objective and being penalised because of the safety car. I need to be, at this point I'm thinking to myself, I really need to be racing. I can't afford to be behind a safety car. Ocon has not helped me out at all by doing whatever it was he did that brought out this safety car. Now I'm thinking as well that I wish I'd put really do wish I was on the super soft tyres, because behind the safety car I'd be saving them a little bit, saving the wear and tear on them a little bit as I'm saving fuel, and it gives me a chance, because again I feel as if I'm on the wrong compound tyre to be getting all aggressive when we finally do get racing again. I've got a feeling that the cars in front of me are all going to be on softer tyres. I don't think any of them are running mediums. We're over half race distance now. And the safety car's still out. Remember in Australia when it only came out for 3 laps? Or the virtual safety car only came out for like 3 corners? That was better.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Very nearly ran into the back of Ericsson there. And we need to get the tyre temps and the brake temps up if I'm going to be getting all aggressive at the restart. Brakes are getting cold. nearly overtook Ericsson. Need to generate some beat in the brakes, otherwise I'm going to end up like Hamilton did in the Spa Grand Prix this past weekend, where he suffered glazed brakes. So that's slow.
Green flag.
You're going behind the safety car. There, got Ericsson. That's good. Gotta make some places up early. Pass Hamilton. Take Verline. That was good. That was a good bit of racing there from me. I'm gonna take Alonso. I'm on a charge now. I'm on the charge. And here's Kimming. Oh, I've hit Kimmy again.
Damage to the front wing. We recommend you pit for repairs before this becomes a serious
that is
problem
my
for us.
front wing.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
No, I'm not changing strategies. I had no intention of two stopping, so that ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to try and survive with half the wings.
Understood, copy that.
Keep to the current strategy. Squeeze the Red Bull, squeeze the Red Bull. That's Carlos Sainz getting squeezed. Oh, now somebody's pitted in front of me. Even better. In fact, there's a lot of cars coming in from pits there. I'm actually up into second place now. With Captain Slow, Jolyon Palmer in front of me. He's never led a Grand Prix in his life. He doesn't know what he's to do at this moment in time. He's in uncharted territory, really.
There's
Isn't he?
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Take a photo of this moment, Jolyon, because it's the only time it'll ever happen in your life. The only time a Renault will be leading a Grand Prix. I'm struggling with understeer, really bad understeer, because I've lost so much downforce from that broken wing. I might have to tweak my brake bias, I think. I can probably do that on the straight, can't I? It's probably safer to do it on the straight. Shift the brake balance more rearward. Try and promote a bit of oversteer. Promote more oversteer. Come on, Jolyon, let's have a drag race. Come on. I win. Now, if he can just stay between me and Kimi Raikkonen, that would be great help. And no, he's
Some information on Vettel. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
There's Vettel's out of the race. That's good. At this, again, my mindset at this point in the race was, how many laps is there to go? I didn't know. I could see I was on lap something, you know, 10 plus, and I was trying to figure out how much 25% race distance would be. So I knew I was on like lap 10 or 11 at this point. I just had no clue how many laps were remaining. I didn't realise it was only a 14 lap race. If I did, I probably wouldn't have been panicking so much and making quite as many mistakes in my driving. And I was starting to get really, really nervous about Raikkonen and Hamilton behind me. very, very nervous about them, and the fact that I just can't put the power down in the corners because I've got no downforce, so I end up just sliding across the track. And now I'm trying to like break the slipstream. They're coming to get me. Look, they're coming to get me.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
That should have been a good indicator right there when the engineer says you have 3 laps of fuel remaining. That should have told me, given me some insight into how many laps was left, but it's just going completely over my head at the minute because I'm just not paying attention. I'm just focusing on trying to drive the car. Nothing else is sort of registering with me at this point. I'm just focusing on driving the car and focusing on the 2 cars behind me. Like, I really want to put the power down there, but I would have gone straight off the track. And I just can't turn in enough there.
Okay, the gearbox is running a fault. Shift speeds will be reduced.
So I can't shift up and down faster now. Great. I'm losing so much speed. Second and third gear are just chewing like hell. And I'm getting stuck at the rev limit in each gear. Oh no, get off the rumbles. Raikkonen's coming. He's going to have DRS as well. Survived. As long as I survive that straight, I'm okay. If I can get through these corners, if I can get down the start and finish straight now, I'm going to stay to the inside. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick in the middle of the track, I think. Oh no, here we go. I've run wide. The lack of downforce lets both of them pass me. But then the old switchback, I actually managed to overtake Hamilton. I did not, like I say, I did not know this was the penultimate lap. Oh, he's come back. And I didn't realise I was still going to be taking a 5-second penalty anyway. So, had I done, I probably wouldn't have been racing quite as hard as I am trying to do. I would have just accepted defeat and taken 3rd place.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Again, that should have been a big giveaway as to how many laps were left in the race, but again, at the time, I didn't hear any of these messages. I'm thinking there's probably, you know, half a dozen more laps to go in the race. And I want to try and minimise damage as best as I can. Because now I'm actually playing with my brake bias, which I should have done several laps earlier, when I first broke the wing. I've managed to keep Hamilton at bay, just about. So here we go, we're actually starting the last lap of the race. I had no idea, absolutely no idea this was the last lap. I'm still thinking there's several laps ahead here, and I'm still trying to catch and beat Raikkonen. Even though, like I say, I know I'm going to take a penalty now. I'm going to try it. Oh!
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
I went from a long way back there and banzai'd Raikkonen. took myself out of the race, and I've disabled the flashback feature. So that was it. My race was over on the last lap. I took myself out of the race with that crazy move. I should have just...
So, another excellent
So
win
that
from Ferrari.
Grand Prix turned into a massive fail.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And of course, if I crash...
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out,
race
there's a
was bad
familiar
from
red
start
suit
to
making its way
finish,
to the
really.
top step.
Too many
Fantastic win for
incidents.
Ferrari.
Too many mistakes, and yeah. No points for me. Failed to meet my objectives. And all I've managed to do is put a load of wear and tear on my engine parts and gearbox. So let's move forward to Bahrain now, shall we?